In Affinity Photo, you can apply live filter effects to any shape or image. You can also apply multiple live filter effects, the same live filter effect to any shape, which can also be modified live as well, like this. So how to do this? Let's just move this, delete everything, and I'm just going to go with a very basic shape. It could be a rectangle or ellipse, or create your own shape. So I'm just going to go with square. Personally, the best results I think are something with gradients. So I'm just going to go over here with the gradient tool. So select that, and you can modify the gradient. You can also set it to a solid color if you want, just go with solid, or maybe go with a bitmap. So a bitmap can be used, so you've got images, etc. You can bring in, combine as well. That could create all kinds of designs. Okay, so once you've got this, I want to apply a live filter effect. So just go over here to layer and make certain the layer is selected. So then go down here to new live filter layer. Instead of blur, I'm going to go with something like distort and twirl. I use twirl in the example at the start, so twirl. And now there's that. And I can modify the angle and I can modify the radius. And you can see you get all kinds of different designs simply by moving it there or changing the origin point just by moving this around. I'm going to go with something like that. You can also change blend mode as well. You can also change that later as well. But I'm just going to go with, say, let's just go with something you can see as you change it, maybe difference. And that results. Maybe not the greatest, it's very unusual. It's obviously combining with that square, so you've got that slightly ungainly lines there. However, I'm going to go with that and close. What you can also do is now you can expand that out. Just select the twirl. So the twirl is selected there. Go to the move tool. With the move tool selected, press return or enter on the keyboard. And then you get this, move and duplicate. Now you can go here for the duplicate and you can see then that results in another twirl being added. And you can increase the number of copies. So let's just push it up to 2, 3. Now you can push it too far, but you get all these sort of spiral effects. I'm just going to go with 6, but you could push it up to way more than that. This creates multiple twirls. You can also modify the vertical, so let's just modify that. And as you do that, you can see that drag down. And because of the blending mode difference, you can see now the result there is very different. Of course, you can modify the gradients as well as the colors. So rotation, let's just change that. You push that way. All kinds of unique designs just by changing the rotation, number of copies. The only thing that can't be changed, scale. And click OK. Now you've got all these twirls. Well, then you can go over here, select them all. With them all selected, you can just go up here. You've got a difference. You don't have to keep it as difference. Maybe go there, go with hue or luminosity or negation. Negation creates an interesting, very unusual, colourful effect. Also, the shape is still live, so you can always go over here. Just go here to the node tool. With the node tool selected, make certain you select the rectangle, and then you can just go over here, you can just move this around. And as you do that, you can see the result will change for all of those twirls. And you can just drag this out. Also, you can convert it to a curve. So I'm just going to click here. With it as a curve, I can just hover over here with the node tool, and I can just drag this down. And you see, as I change that, it also changes the shape. Also, you can modify the position here, and I can move this around, and that will create different designs that way as well. And of course, once you're happy with it, I'm just going to leave it at this point. I can rasterize the whole design, so I don't have to keep it like this. I can always go to layer and just down to rasterize if I want to. But also, maybe I decide I want to change the individual twirls. I can just go to any of those and double click and then just change individually. So I can change the angle there and maybe the radius as well and the origin point as well to create all kinds of different combinations of twirl effects applied to that shape. And also, of course, I can modify the shape in many other ways as well. Hope you found this of interest. Any questions? Please let me know in the comments. Bye.